Joining me now on the Daily Ledger Page 5 beat from Nashville, Tennessee, economic analyst, hedge fund manager, and contributor to Forbes and other publications, Thomas Landstreet. Tom, there's a lot of fear and gloom and doom, I should say, on the financial markets right now in terms of predicting what's going to happen if this virus continues to spread. But I think 6 months from now, we're going to look back on this and say, hey, this wasn't that big a deal.
Well, we've done that in the past. It's hard to envision that right now because you really don't know. Wednesday, China lowered the number of cases. This morning, you see the province where Wuhan is greatly escalating the number. What we know about China is they lie.
Yep.
What bothers me is that, and this is something that you and I have been over many times, every time they report their GDP number at 6.2%, markets go up and fully believe this. And here we are watching them hem and haw the painful struggle between reality and their narrative is amazing to watch. And up until now, Graham, the markets are obviously not reacting, partly because yesterday in Powell's speech, he said if we have a recession, they're going to do everything in their power to save the economy and save the market. So right now, the Federal Reserve is the antidote to the coronavirus.
Well, it's certainly not the United States Congress, and this we cannot overreact to, I don't believe, and that is the deficits. Here we are again on a pace to set a new record in terms of the annual deficit. The president is trying to address this in his budget, but we have Nancy Pelosi and company saying, oh, sorry, that effort is dead on arrival.
So about those numbers, they look so dire at up 25%. There was a calendar event, which you may be aware of, which made it look a lot worse. Yeah. And it really is. It's bad. I mean, it's up 7 or 8%, but it's not up 25, apples to apples. And by the way, a lot of that is unfunded mandates, Social Security and Medicare, as 10,000 baby boomers retire a day now. So that's on automatic pilot. We really should be addressing that. I mean, honestly, we should privatize Social Security, but that will never happen. Trump's budget was pretty interesting. He is calling for the Space Force and military, et cetera, but he's only increasing the military budget by 0.3%. What he's proposing is to take $5 billion of waste out of the administrative state and put it into real effective arms. So his budget is pretty interesting, honestly. I like it. It's not austerity, but it certainly isn't profligate. And what really is hurting us is these unfunded mandates. We really have to deal with them aggressively, in my opinion.
Waste like us paying student loan debt off. We have institutionalized these programs where Americans can go in there and they can say, hey, I want you to pay off, they want the American taxpayer to pay off my student loan, and the Department of Education says, just fine. That's the kind of garbage that needs to stop. That's part of the swamp that needs to be drained in Washington, D.C. Thomas, thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.